Okay, welcome to week 13, the lucky week. Let's go see how we did on the previous week. So, go to grading notes. Down here on the bottom is quiz 5. So, the scores were kind of mixed. I mean, average was pretty decent, a 78. But, 9 A's, 8 A's, 9 B's, yeah, but also 8 C's and 6 D's, which means half of you getting this and half of you are a little struggling with this thing. So let's just go through it. I kind of like the string builder question because it tells me that you actually are paying attention. It's something that you can't Google and get the answer to. You're gonna have to either get it from lecture notes or listening to the video. So I kind of like that question. Constructor chaining. Now, I'll confess, that one was a little esoteric, and quite frankly, practically no one got that one correct, and that's my fault. And so I gave 3 points for any answer that was remotely correct. So there's that's that. The question on washing the arguments, that only happens in the constructors, so that should be a good thing. So the one on interface, I was asking for the name of a built-in Java interface. The name of an interface. That's what the question said. Okay, just asking. And on the journal, there may have been a little confusion there too. How many finally blocks can you have in a try-catch finally combo? Okay. And then the last one in the journal, I was asking, how do I configure the system to detect the end of file? I'll give you a hint. It's not how they did it in the book. So the only way you're going to be able to learn this is if you actually watch the videos. Imagine that. Okay. So let's go look at the schedule. So this week, of course, is... if I can get the cursor to behave. Okie dokie. So here we are at the schedule. So week 13 is chapter 12 and assignment 6. Let's go look at assignment 6. So assignment 6 is all about inheritance. So the idea is I'm giving you a particular class diagram, and then I'm telling you that I want to inherit from that. So one of them is just a standard, class, and the other one is one that's been inherited from that class, right? Okay, good. So it's pretty straightforward. I do want this thing to be completely bulletproof. I mean, primary input validation wherever possible, and secondary input validation wherever it's possible. Maybe you even picked up a little bit of a hint from the quiz, the extra credit question, where I asked you how many setters did not have any secondary input validation, and the answer was 0. You think maybe that's a hint on how I want you to write your classes, huh? I wonder. Okay. I want you to make the beginning class to be abstract, okay? And then include all the rest of the stuff. I mentioned to you guys before, now that we've gotten to the point where we have exceptions, we're no longer going to allow any system.in or system.out or system.error inside our professor and our adjunct professor classes at all. In other words, those two classes do not talk to the user at all. No input, no output. Okay? Good. I'm glad you guys are paying attention. Okay, which means, of course, that the assignment 6 guy is going to have to be listening for those exceptions to occur. Otherwise, it'll crash your program, right? Okay, good. All righty. So that's pretty straightforward, I think. So let's move on to week 13. So week 13 is the first one where we finally do graphical user interface, GUI programming. And, if some other courses you actually start off doing GUI programming like on first day, But that's not the way it works here. We have to wait to week 13 before we do GUI programming. It's a little strange. Now, this is in two sections. We have the chapter 12 section, which is not all that long. And then I put together a separate one called the chapter 12 layout. And it's a demo of how to lay out a particular application. Now, if you look at the term project before or perhaps even during this video, you'll see that I'm practically doing your homework for you. Yes, so it's very important that you read the term project first, kind of have it in your mind while you're watching this video, because you could be going, oh, okay, that's how you do that. Oh, great, that's how you do that. And you just go right on down the list. I mean, I'm practically doing it all. So pay attention. And don't come back to me and say, well, I had no idea how to do that. Really? I just did a demo of it. Okay. So, the whole thing's about an hour and a half long, and I think you're in good shape. All right. So, please do go watch the lecture videos.